Thank you so much for joining us here at HSN. My name is Brett Chuckerman. Kelly Diedring is by my side. Listen, there's a couple of specials that we run for the new year to promote health and wellness, to get you cooking at home and making things naturally and with your own ingredients. And we do extraordinary price specials that make it just too good to pass up. This is a chef series, better than your smoothie house, better than your professional restaurant, better than the V, better than the B brands that are out there. One of a kind, top of the line, premium digital blender. It's a $400 blender. And the features and the performance, it's worth $400. Today, it's not 20% off, it's not 30% off, it's not 40% off. It's more than 50% off the price. You get a $400 digital, high-powered, hard as rocks ice, make margaritas, make soups, make smoothies, one-of-a-kind, high-powered professional series blender for $38 on your credit card. Over 50% off while supplies last. 800 are sold. If you like this beautiful aqua, I have 50 remaining in stock. Kelly's gonna show you nut butters and soups and smoothies. Yep. It all can be done. It's worth 400 bucks. We blow the barn doors off with our Dash Series Chef Blenders to start out the year.
Okay, I just hit the start button because it happens instantly. Right. It's not even like, I mean, if you blink, you missed it. The kind of ice, and you saw me put it in, the kind of ice that I have in there is the kind of ice that comes in your freezer at home, the consumer freezer, right? I always have to giggle. I watch blender presentations all the time on television. I even see them at like the big box stores. You know, they're demonstrating this blender or that blender, some of which are $500. And they always have this fluffy TV ice. And I'm like, of course, you know, I can crunch that ice with my jaws. Like that's not, you know, 1,400 watts. Well, this is 1,400 watts. This is the kind of ice that burns out your traditional $100 blender. Yep. You guys, 1,400 watts of power, 2¼ horsepower, is almost double that of a traditional bar blender. Now think about a bar. It's designed to, you know, blend drinks, some of them 24 hours a day, right? All day, every day, mixed drinks, frozen drinks, every kind of drink. They're about 800 watts. Ours is 1,400 watts. Your average $100 blender, anything $100 or below, is probably 300, maybe 400 watts. This is 1,400 watts of power. And look at how creamy and dreamy this frozen smoothie is. There's no chunks, there's no bumps. I mean, you know when you go to those really expensive, like maybe it's a spa or a nightclub or a theme park here in Florida, or, you know, for me, you know, it was always at the expensive spa, and you buy a frozen drink and you look at the bill at the end of the day and you're like, I just spent $18 in a frozen drink. Because it's good. Right. That's the consistency that you're getting with Dash every time for pennies on the dollar. And it's because it delivers a completely emulsified, beautiful, creamy, dreamy frozen drink. And if you don't believe us tonight, you know, we're gonna be here for about the next 20 minutes or so. Please read the reviews on the Dash blender. It's always a customer pick. Customer pick and every time. It's a $400 value for less than half that price. If your blender is burnt out, if you're adding water and coconut milk and soft ice and chewing through your smoothies, not even close to capable of making hot soups, this is the time to empower you. You know, Dash believes stop eating out of the can. It's loaded with salts and preservatives. Yep. Unprocess your food, take back control, make the recipes yourself. This is the equipment you need to get it done. It is, and these are hot soups. So most people think that the expensive V blender, I almost said the name, that's kind of day I'm having, but the expensive V blender has some sort of heating element or magic. It's $500 and they think, well, it must be worth it for that reason. Okay, it doesn't have any of those things. Right. It just has power, and ours has actually 1/4 horsepower more than that one. So this one, it's just based on the power of friction. So soup, I'm gonna choose, and it's all built into this LED display. I'm gonna choose soup even though we're doing fondue for obvious purposes. It's gonna do its own thing. I don't have to toggle it up and down and stand there and time it and wonder, should I be at what, you know, power or speed? The other blenders that are on the market, you literally have to babysit them. You have to stand there and toggle them up and down. This has all of it programmed into it. It's all programmed into the brain right here. So let's get these started, and then we're actually gonna wheel these away, and I'll tell you why here. So as we get these started, you'll notice a change in the way it works from first. Yeah, it's pulsing. Yeah, it's pulsing up and down on its own. And you can see inside my soup was raw vegetables. And this fondue was just cream and chocolate chunks, right? Okay. So raw vegetables, cream and chocolate chunks. and it's gonna pulse on its own up and down, right? It's gonna go and it's gonna know that it needs a little high power here, a little lower power there. It also knows how long it needs, okay? So you don't even have to worry about time on any of these blenders if you're using the presets. Now, of course, this machine, you can use it manually and it has speeds, you know, 1 through 10. But what I like about it is that you don't have to do any thinking or any guesswork or anything like that. All you have to do is press a button. Now, if you're thinking of that other blender, that $500-600 one, it has a 7-year warranty. So Dash meets that 7-year warranty on this motor. That means in 7 years from now, Mike, I'll have a new car, you'll have a new car. One of your kids will be in, wow, both of our kids will be in like middle school. Oh, I know.
Just gave me a heart palpitation.
I know. And we will still be under warranty on this blender.
Yep.
And I'll just tell you a little secret. I don't know if Evan Dash is watching, but one time he told me, oh my gosh, if they send it to me 9 years later, I'm gonna help him out. I mean, it's that solid, that wonderful of a company. So here we go. I'm gonna choose smoothie on this one because I'm gonna do a smoothie. But what's inside is great. We have all fruits and vegetables, but no liquids, you guys. So I don't have coconut water, I don't have milk, I don't have skim milk, I don't have orange juice. I don't have to add a liquid to create a liquid. There's a lot of smoothie makers and blenders in the market that you'll see at this point they're adding a liquid because they don't have the power to turn solids into a liquid without the addition of a liquid. It's about priming that motor. They have to prime that motor. This one, no problem. Choose smoothie, any of your fruits and vegetables, load into the max, 64 ounces of fruits and vegetables, and it's pulsing on its own, so you can hear it starting and stopping, right?
Yep.
And that's a sophisticated part of a blender. You know, your traditional under $100 blender does not do that on its own, but you need to do it for it, right? You have to pulse it and turn it on and off. With this blender, it absolutely does not matter. So it's making my green smoothie. I added no liquid, so now I haven't watered down my smoothie. You know, I don't like to water down my smoothies. The reason I'm drinking a smoothie is because I'm trying to get my 3 to 4 servings of fruits and vegetables by drinking them. And so I don't want to water them down with, you know, sugary juices or something I don't want to drink. Now I am literally drinking 100% fruits and vegetables and nothing else.
And look at how smooth it is. You know, I have to thank Kelly. She saved me a couple of days ago. I was having a low blood sugar moment. I had to do an hour of fitness, and this literally, I mean, the amount of energy it gives you. Oh. This is 3 cups of coffee right here.
Oh, easily.
Without the cream and without the crash.
Yes.
It is so, I mean, look at this. For spinach to be creamy, for you to be able to eat all of your greens and vegetables and fruits, it does not, will not separate. It doesn't take on that chalky consistency. And at the end of the day, look, if it was $400, I'd go, well, maybe it's an investment if you're not really much of a homemade soup or smoothie kind of person. But considering that there are 300-watt blenders for $100 out there that sell day in and day out, to get 1,400 watts of power, to get a 7-year warranty, to get a digital display and brain to be able to start making your own homemade nut butters and rice flour, and why not
do it?
Own one of the most advanced tools in the kitchen for over 50% off while we have them in stock. By the way, if you want that beautiful aqua, we're now talking about 3 dozen left. That's it. They'll go in the next couple moments.
It sells out every time we bring it back. It's a beautiful color. All the colors are beautiful. Dash does that really well. Okay, this is just peanuts. 1 ingredient on the inside here. Now, what I did down front was I used the manual setting. So I went all the way up to high. Now, there are blenders on the market that are $100 and below, typically, that literally say in their manual, do not try nut butters.
Right.
And there's a reason. They can't do them. It's going to burn out their motor. The Dash blender literally looks at a nut butter and laughs. I mean, there's 1 ingredient on the inside of this machine. There's no oil, there's no sodium. There's nothing else added except peanuts. This could be almonds, this could be cashews, this could be walnuts, this could be macadamia nuts, anything of your choosing. And look what we've just created. A beautiful peanut butter in seconds.
And listen, we give you a ton of great recipes. There's a million recipes to find online. But Kelly, you and I both have young kids.
Yep.
Aren't you horrified by the junk they're putting in the stuff at the grocery store?
Well, even those of us adults should be horrified. I mean, look at the back of a jar of peanut butter. Peanut butter is a superfood. It should be one of the healthiest things you put into your body all day. And yet the manufacturers of peanut butter are putting palm oil, preservatives, sodium, food coloring, artificial food coloring in certain peanut butter brands. You now can do your own homemade, you know, chunky or creamy peanut butter, depending on how long you run the machine. And you can do it for a fraction of the cost, and you can now technically unprocess your food. You are literally unprocessing your food. You're getting the junk, the preservatives, the chemicals out.
Well, and I think of, as we come back over here, how many of you go to a can of soup on a cold night and think you're making a healthy choice? Those cans of soup are cans of sodium.
Oh my gosh.
If you look at the label, it's either corn syrup, cornstarch, or salt, and salt.
Red coloring number, whatever, and yellow coloring.
And what's in this hot, steaming, lovely soup?
This was all vegetables. So we had a beet, we had tomatoes, we had celery. We added broth just as a flavoring. We added salt, pepper, a pat of butter. I would add cilantro, and that's what I would do. And then you have the most beautiful...
Didn't I see squash in there too?
There may have been squash in there.
Yeah.
It's possible, yeah. I mean, you can add any vegetables, but by the way, they were raw.
Right.
So we went from raw vegetables
to hot soup.
Not softened, not roasted, to steaming, piping hot soup. You can literally see the steam. Now, I will tell you it's about 180 degrees. So now you don't have to take your blended soup and put it in the microwave or put it on a stovetop and
Which we know you put it in the microwave and you just zapped and killed every bit of nutrition that's in it. You put it on the stovetop, you're adding another 20 minutes and another utensil to be able to have to clean up afterward. You guys, when you own a blender like this, you will never waste one bit of food in your house. Literally clean it out every couple of days.
Turn it into a smoothie, turn it into
your blender, a soup,
it's such
a
good
smoothie.
Point.
You know, look, and by the way, Kelly made these mango deliciousnesses
that you
about
didn't drink
10 minutes ago. And I'm not going to be indelicate and stick my finger in it, but no separation.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
No breakup that we've all seen from the stuff we buy for $6, $8, $18 at the theme parks. It is heavenly perfection 10 minutes later because of how perfectly it's been blended in a professional series premium blender.
So here we have I'm just giggling. It's been one of those days for me. I'm spilling things, Brett. We have a beautiful fondue. Now here we have Valentine's Day coming up. And so have you ever spent money on the chocolate covered strawberries? They're $70. $70.
They've gotten crazy.
It's insane. And that's like with shipping and everything. Now you can do literally for less than $4 for the chocolate and maybe $6 for the remaining ingredients, $10. And you can do it at home for your sweetheart or, you know, for a gathering or a group or whatever. And you don't even have to wait for Valentine's Day to do something nice and have a beautiful platter and a plate like this. This was just cream and chocolate chunks. You could have added raspberry to that or orange, you know, mandarin orange to that. You know, lost my pineapple there.
Okay.
Got a little sponge cake.
I know, it's been a long day, but listen, you fondued your finger, my friend, so there could be worse things out there.
So I'm gonna do one of those on TV.
Listen. I have 20 now remaining in aqua. It's our best-selling color, and our red is our other best-selling color because it's the #1 most sought-after kitchen appliance color. If you want aqua or if you want red, I would not delay in ordering. Listen, whatever color you want to get, just stop for a moment and think. A $400 customer pick, because we know it's New Year's resolution time, because we know it's make better health food choices time, the team at Dash team up with us and do something absolutely extraordinary to give you all the opportunity to own a premium professional series blender for a fraction of the price of what you've seen anywhere ever. This is, make no mistake about it, a $400 machine.
Easily.
That you get to own today for $38 on a credit card. Ships to your door free of charge. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee even if you use FlexPay, and that includes using it. That includes throwing solid ice into it, solid frozen fruits into it, trying to make your own peanut butter, cashew butter, almond butter, making your own rice flour. We want you to use it and send it back if you don't love it.
And that's a 7-year warranty. Okay, that's a crazy, for an electric appliance that plugs in, whether it be a vacuum or anything in the kitchen, the average warranty is 90 days, 60 to 90 days.
Right.
We're giving you 7 years with this.
On a motor.
On a motor.
Yeah.
You know, but it's all steel to steel construction, so it's all metal to metal parts.
Do
so
cars
the gears
come with 7-year
My car came with 3. Yeah, 3 years bumper to bumper, but that was it. Yeah, and then we have the gear down here, which is steel, okay? So, and this is a Triton plastic. It's 64 ounces, so I could stand on this. It's very, very high quality. It's attractive. You know, Dash took that traditional, professional series blender, which actually, if you think about a professional series blender that's $400 or $500, they were designed for the back of the house, for the back of a kitchen, right? So they're very industrial looking. The V blender that a lot of people own that spent $500 or $600, it's very industrial looking machine. While it works very well, I'll never disparage the way it works, it's very expensive. It doesn't have quite the power that we have, and it's just unattractive. I wouldn't keep it out on my countertop. So this I keep out on my countertop.
You have 8 minutes left to shop for it. If you want Aqua, you've got about 1 minute left to shop for it. With almost 1,000 of these sold, we are starting to lose our colors. We are starting to lose our quantities. It is a beginning of the year special. When they're gone, so goes the price. For only $38, own a $400 blender and make your own ice cream with your own flavors and ingredients.
That's the noise you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
We call that the Dash growl. And if you've ever heard another blender doing that, guess what? You might be nervous, okay? But when you hear your blender doing that, you're thinking, I'm getting what I'm paid for, right? It's 2¼ horsepower working for you. It takes 2¼ horsepower to go through a full bag of frozen berries straight out of the freezer, and then that was just a ½ cup of skim milk. So we made a sorbet. If you wanted to do an ice cream, you could have done a cup of cream, or you could do coconut milk, almond milk, soy milk, whatever your dietary restrictions are, if somebody's lactose intolerant or whatever it is. I do coconut milk. I love the flavor. It's very rich. It's very healthy. But look at the texture.
So I have to just say for a second, so I gave up sugar for January 1.
Okay.
And I'm staring at this going, oh my goodness, I could eat that.
You can eat it. So there's no processed sugar.
I can eat that.
Now, strawberries have sugar.
No, I'm not crazy.
You're talking
like
about processed sugar.
Natural.
Got it. Okay,
I eat fruit. Are you
He's
kidding
like,
me?
I haven't lost my mind completely. Refined sugar, right?
Lose
no
my
refined
mind.
sugar.
Refined sugar.
Okay, so there we go. So that is 100% natural sugar in the strawberry, and then we have that skim milk. And yes, you can eat it. I'm
literally gonna lose my mind here.
I know. Because it's that sweet that you need.
It's been 28 days.
Well, sugar's an addiction. We do get addicted to the refined sugars, the candy bars.
And that is smooth
all natural.
as silk.
You could eat that every night. And if you want to switch it up, tomorrow night do frozen blueberries. The next night do frozen mango.
Ooh, peaches.
Frozen peaches, frozen banana with like a little, you could just do a tiny bit of Nutella.
I'm very happy right now.
I know.
Sorry about the faces and the noise, guys. I think I just found my answer.
I think you did too, because this could be, like I said, it could be any fruit. You know, those are all the natural sugars. It extracts those. You can always sweeten it if you want, like with a blueberry, I would do a tad bit of honey. You know, blueberries aren't real sweet.
Agave, maybe.
Agave, you could do stevia, that kind of thing. This one I really like, because if you know somebody that's gluten-free or going gluten-free or trying to go gluten-free, it's very expensive to buy gluten-free food. If you can find it, the upcharge is insane. So if you think of flour, a bag of white flour is about $1, maybe $1.50. A bag of gluten-free flour is like $12 the last time I checked. It's like a 1,000% markup. I mean, literally. So this is a $1 bag of white rice. Now, you could substitute this for oats. You could substitute for chickpeas or almonds, anything that's naturally gluten-free, right? But we just bought a $1 bag of white rice. We're gonna make rice flour. I'm gonna put this on high, okay? You have the manual and you have the presets. The presets, by the way, also include a rinse feature. So this thing literally cleans itself, which blows my mind. You just put a little soap and water and put it on rinse, but okay. We're gonna do the gluten-free rice flour. I'm gonna hit start and just sort of watch from the bottom of your screen, because you'll be amazed. This literally turns itself into a mill and will create flour right before your eyes.
It's not even like slowing or hesitating or questioning.
It's not even questioning, yeah. Should I, shouldn't I? It's like, no, I'm going.
Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
Instantly and immediately. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so Aqua is now officially totally sold out.
I know, Aqua's
This is a blender that you get a 7-year warranty on. It's on your kitchen counter. I want you to love your color. It's important when it's a centerpiece in the kitchen. Aqua is gone now. We have it in green. Look at that.
It's like powder.
Powder.
So that's the difference for somebody that's gluten-free and being able to eat cookies and not eat cookies, eat pancakes or not eat pancakes, eat fried chicken and not fried chicken, because they can't eat the batters or the breading. So
not only is Aqua now totally sold out, we've officially crossed 1,000 sold here at HSN. It is a customer pick. It is a $400 blender. You get a 7-year guaranteed warranty from our friends at Dash, one of our biggest and best partners here in the kitchen. You can make anything imaginable and do it with us today for under $38 on your credit card and get it home and try to grind your own coffee.
Yeah.
Try to grind your own rice into flour. Make your soups, make your smoothies, make your desserts. If you're not thrilled and impressed, we will take it back, no questions asked. But with over 1,000 sold, with aqua sold out, red soon to follow it, green, black, white available for you, they will all go. And we rarely do this special, this huge price break. It is over 50% off the price to upgrade from what? An $120 blender
that you're probably going to throw away.
That's a quarter of the power and has maybe a 90-day guarantee on it.
Well, and also we find ourselves getting used to blenders being a disposable appliance because they burn out so quickly. So it's like, yeah, that's okay. I always end up buying a blender every year. So it's like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Well, my dad always says you buy smart or you buy often.
Right.
And when you buy often, you never really bought, you know, at the end of the day, you spend more than you would have spent to buy smart, and you get not as good of experience the entire life. I mean, 7 years. Yeah. Literally, if this died on 7 year and 1 day and Evan Dash said, nope, I'm not gonna do anything for you. You literally spent, what, 25 bucks a year?
A year.
To own a majorly impressive, high-powered, do anything imaginable in a blender. I'd say that's a pretty good deal.
It's a really good deal, 7-year warranty, plus you're getting the attractiveness because, you know, you can keep this out on, this is how I keep it. I'm gonna take the picture off. So I keep it like this, and then my picture I add later, all right? So you can keep this in your dishwasher underneath your counter. Everybody comes in there like, what is that, you know, futuristic looking? I'm like, that's my blender. That's 2 1/4 horsepower motor. By the way, 2 1/4 horsepower is more horsepower than my lawnmower in my garage. I have a push mower. It doesn't get a lot of use, but it's 2 horsepower. So what we're gonna do here is pretty cool. We're actually gonna make our own almond milk. So when you buy the almond milks in the jugs, all they do is they have the blanched almonds, and then they do like a water, whether it's coconut water or regular water, but they have to add a lot of preservatives because they don't know how long it's gonna be sitting
on the
there.
Shelf,
So now you can just blanch your almonds in water, and then it literally has enough power to create milk instantly, okay? Now, if you were...
That is seriously cool.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know if I've ever seen that demonstration.
That's a new one. And we barely ever get to it because we very rarely have enough time, right?
You mean because I'm too busy yapping about how delicious your strawberry sorbet is?
Not at all. I didn't say that. I did not say that. But what's so cool is that I can actually remove the top here while it's blending, right? Because it's not splattering everywhere because of the power. And if you want to sweeten it naturally with blueberries or, the time ran out, so I'm going to push start again. But with blueberries or honey or agave or vanilla, like they do at the store, right? And then you could have like a blueberry almond milk or, you know, an agave sweetened almond milk or a stevia almond milk. That's a blueberry almond milk, and then you'll want to chill it, keep that in your refrigerator for a couple of days, and you have homemade fresh almond milk.
That's a great idea.
Isn't that
I mean,
cool?
Everybody's trying the cashew milk and the almond milk. And, I mean, grinding your own coffee, making your own flour. Here's what we're gonna do, okay? We're gonna walk away from this just because I don't want you to fall in love with this aqua. It is completely sold out and gone.
So pretty.
But I want